How's it going, guys? It's the Wolf Behind the Blood, and welcome to the next part on my tier list. Today we're going to be going over C-. You know, there's so many characters on both C tier and B tier for me. I divided them both up into plus and minus. C- clearly meaning the worst of the C tier characters, and plus meaning the better of the C tier characters. So, if for those of you who've been disagreeing with my D and F tier characters, then trust me, it's nowhere near as bad as C tier. So let's get into it with the very bottom of the C tier. Alright, so last but not least for the Mii fighters, I have Mii Gunner for at the very bottom of the C tier. I find Mii Gunner to be the best of the Mii fighters, mainly because Mii Gunner just has so much more to work with, while Mii Brawler doesn't really have much. Mii Sword Fighter fails to do its fundamentals correctly. Mii Gunner is not that. She has good range, she zones out her opponent really good. Her forward air can carry her across the stage while zoning out her opponent, and she just does a good job on doing so. She's basically the one Mii fighter that actually does her job correctly. And her aerials cover good range or good damage or launch power. Like, you name it, she does really good. Her specials are really good as well, it either reflects her or heals her or something like that. She's just... It's reasons like that why I think she's the best Mii fighter. Alright, so right above Mii fighter I have Peach near the bottom of the C- tier. Peach is a good character. Well, she's not good, honestly, but she's a fun character. Her aerials are pretty good, has good launch power, multi-hit boxes. Her veggies aren't that very reliable. I mean, using them as a part of your neutral game is pretty much important for Peach. But at the same time, they're not that much of a problem for a projectile. And her side B isn't really that good either. I don't use side B a whole lot in my neutral game. If I'm playing for real, I'll definitely use it if I'm messing around, call it the booty bump. But she's just not that good of a character. She's not very quick on her feet, and her specials definitely have a lot of weaknesses about them. So, yeah, that's why she's on this part. Mr. Game & Watch, I like this character. He's a good character. He's one of the lightest characters in the game, though, being only two-dimensional. He has a lot of retro moves that aren't very reliable, to be honest. His neutral B is only good for edge guarding. You never want to be using this in your neutral game unless for that. His down throw can set up to a lot of side Bs, but you're basically grasping at straws with that. If you manage to land a 9, then hey, good for you. And he has a lot of wind boxes with his down tilt and up air. But other than that, he just doesn't have a lot of things to go on. And besides that, that's really all there is to it. So that's why he's on that part of the tier list. Alright, so Duck Hunt, this is actually one of my favorite characters to play in the game. I find Duck Hunt very fun. He's actually number 11 on my most used characters. However, he's all projectiles. His tin can is very easy to get around, and while it does have a lot of setups, it's pretty much what I just said. It's too easy to get around. His down B isn't very reliable. It's pretty much only good for edge guarding and setups, and if you do manage to get the setup, then that was almost luck only. And his side B, not very reliable either. If it hits your opponent, then you got something going there, but not by much. If you're playing a character that doesn't have a problem with projectiles, like Rosaluma, it's not going to be that easy for you, mainly because you have no physical attacks besides your aerials and tilts. So, good luck with that. Alright, so we got Shulk here. Shulk. The meme master of Smash 4. Really feeling it. But I have to say, I'm just not feeling it with this character. His whole gimmick is his Monado arts, meaning he can improve one thing about himself at the cost of another. And that's exactly what's wrong with him. Whatever advantage he gives himself a disadvantage. Like, I have him listed here somewhere. Alright, right here. You can either use speed, buster, jump, jump, and smash, or shield. I don't have shield on here. Speed here, you sacrifice your damage input to jump. You sacrifice how much damage you give to your opponent and jump height to move faster. So the advantage is that you run faster, but the disadvantage is that you won't hurt your opponent nearly as much. Your buster, you deal a lot more damage, but you can't launch them. Increases jump, you get what I'm saying here, and his shield, you decrease your own knockback, so your opponent has to try more to launch you. But you move so slow. You're actually one of the slowest characters in the game. I think you're the slowest in the game with shield. I don't know, I could be wrong. But your opponent can if your opponent knows the character well, they can definitely use those disadvantages to screw you over. So gotta be careful with that with Shulk. Shulk has a lot of good range though with his aerials and smash attacks, but other than that, that's all he's got going for him. Alright, so now we have Ness here. Ness. Probably one of the easiest punished characters in the game. Ness has a lot of good knockback. His down throw can set up into a whole lot of combos, mainly forward air. His second jump makes him ascend pretty slowly, but at the same time, it's also hard to hit him from that. His up B recovery is either a really good attack or a very easily punished recovery, since you have to guide it around you. Same thing with his neutral B, it's extremely slow, however, depending on when you release the button, it's extremely powerful. So just as much as Ness has advantages, he has disadvantages. So same thing kind of goes for Shulk, but Ness is just slightly better with Shulk, mainly due to the fact that he doesn't give himself a easily exploitable weakness. Alright, so now we have Samus here for the C- tier. Samus is very slow. However, she's a lot like the Mii Gunner, only more powerful. She does a good job on zoning her opponents, especially with her Zair and dash attack follow-ups. However, she's very slow and is easily a victim of I guess she's not really specifically a victim of footstool combos, but she's definitely one who gets exploited from that more. She's pretty slow. Her side B, if you're not smashing the side B and just using her normal side B, I don't know why, because I've never seen it be useful. I don't think I'm ever going to see it be useful. It's just not going to benefit you whatsoever in your neutral game. Her down throw can follow up into some things, but that's like one forward air guaranteed. If even guaranteed, it might not be, I don't know. So yeah, that's why she's number 3 on the C- tier. We got 2 more to go. Number 2 is none other than Yoshi. So I can only explain this just by saying double jump. Really, that's everything about his double jump. Yoshi's going down. Yoshi has a lot of multi-hitboxes with his back air and especially down air. His neutral B can set up into some potential combos and can even poop someone off the stage and get a KO if needed. But he lacks the recovery due to his double jump being so high, but that double jump, if you use it, it's so easily punished. Your opponent could just hit you back off stage, and you've already used your double jump to recover that you're kind of just going down, dude. So that's the only way I can explain Yoshi's flaw. Okay, so at the very top of the C- tier is actually one of my friend's main at the moment, potential at least, is Robin. Robin plays a lot like Duck Hunt. He's mainly all projectiles, and as a result, some characters can easily get around him. Like, not that much of a problem for them. Robin can switch between 2 weapons, like some sort of electric sword and some really weak sword. So he has a lot of launch potential with one of those, but that can easily be burnt out, and he'll be switched to his non-launching capabilities. And it can actually hurt him a lot more than you would think. And all his attacks can easily get burned out. So most characters like Shinta and Dath can definitely not worry about that as much. But Robin, so many of his attacks just burn out that he has to come up with a whole new approach just by using some of those attacks. He can go from extremely good launching potential to not very much launch potential. So that's why he's at the very top of the C- tier. So thank you guys so much for watching, and in the next video we'll go over the C+ tier right here. So see you guys next time.